Hello. I've got I've got my dog. He's got one. He's just jumped down from the couch, Brenda. He's barking if he's walking to the door.
Is he an art lover?
He loves my art, yeah.
Good,
But he's noisy, so yeah.
Well,
Wendy, behind you.
Yes. Congratulations on winning the prize. Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, this was the CDAC award, as you know. I don't know if you know anything about Cambridge District Art Circle. Where
I did have a look, yeah, because you've got quite a lot of members, haven't you?
Yes, we have, but we always need more.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, we're based, all of our members are based around Cambridge, mostly in the villages, some in Cambridge City. We meet out at a village called Haslingfield once a month.
Okay.
And we have regular workshops where we have some very good artists coming along teaching. We have regular good quality demonstrations too, as many of the local art societies do. But they're very popular. Sadly, of course, we haven't been able to do them.
Have you gone online? I think I saw that you've got some online now, haven't you? Are you doing the demos online with the COVID?
We're doing a few things online, and we're meeting outdoors when we can for sketching and art discussion and things like that. So we've been managing to meet up a little bit. So it's been quite good. However, back to your lovely painting. I really love this, and the composition is just amazing. I think it's a really worthy winner of the prize. Incidentally, your prize was Jackson's vouchers. Have you spent them yet?
I haven't. I've had a look on their website, and it says so much choice.
Yes.
I haven't. I might be really boring and go for some more gesso because I've got studio outside, but I've got the heating on it, and I left the top of the gesso a little bit, and it's all dried out. So I might be just getting something a bit boring like that. But yeah, I'm really chuffed. So,
anything that keeps you painting is very important. Yes. Okay, so do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself as an artist?
Yeah, so I've been painting for about 12 years now, because I had cancer years ago. Actually, probably longer. I had cancer in 1999, and then it all sort of snowballed from there. I became a nurse because of it, and because I wanted to give back. But also, doing my nurse training really. So I didn't find it stressful, but just a way to relax. I sort of started painting, and people liked my paintings, and I ended up sort of selling a few, and it's just sort of snowballed from there. And I'm really passionate about it now. So I'm every chance I get, I'm out in my studio painting, or I do a lot of plein air painting as well. So I've done that for about 3 years, sort of painting outside, and I sort of won a competition at Windsor 2 years ago, and I got a painting into the Queen's collection. So yeah.
Wow. That's very impressive.
That's my claim to fame. That's the one thing. But yeah, no, I love it. I absolutely love
it. And is this mostly watercolor, or do you work in other media too?
I work lots of different media. I like experimenting. I think because I'm sort of always looking for new ways to improve, sort of my process and things, and my drawing and painting. I do a lot on acrylic, the monochromes. I do watercolors, and I do egg tempera as well. So traditional egg tempera with egg yolk, and you sort of bind it with pigment and water. So it's a water-based one as well, and you can get beautiful layers. So a lot of the techniques I use between the three of those are sort of they're sort of transferable. So yeah, so it's good. I'm sort of thinking about using a caustic wax next. new ways to sort of just to sort of experiment, so to express myself. So yeah.
Is this because of the type of composition you like to make? Do the materials inspire you, is what I'm trying to say.
They do. I think I feel really comfortable. Watercolor I find really challenging, but I love it when you get the translucent layers, but it is very challenging to get the washes right. And with other acrylic, it's a bit more forgiving. I can sort of go over things again, and I find it quite quite comfortable using that. Egg tempera I like because I can build layers, and again you can sort of, you know, go over. So, you know, all of those I like to build a lot of depth in my painting. So it's got a history to it. You can't always see the layers, but you know, I know they're there, and you know. Yeah, so I just like getting a lot of texture and different shapes in my work as well.
Yeah, well, that certainly comes through it in the artwork. It's amazing. I've looked at it for ages and keep seeing more and more in it.
Yeah, no, this one was it's on the Marriott's Way in I don't know if you know, because I'm a local artist. I'm well, local to Norwich, and the Marriott's Way is, I think it's an old train track. And I've done 3 in the series of this, and it's all about the graffiti, because after lockdown we went for a walk with a family when we were able to get back together. We went to a local beauty spot. It used to be a local beauty spot at Poswick, where the Norwich School of Painters used to paint. And it's all different now, you know. We want to go to the bend in the river, where there's a famous painting. The river's obviously still there, but it's got the A47 bridge just plows right through it. And I didn't realise you could get underneath and see all this. And when I got there was all this amazing. It's like being in a big cathedral with all these like really strong lines and structures. Yeah. And they had, I'm looking at the painting over there. It had all this graffiti. I thought, it feels like being in a cave, and like with cave painting, and all the because obviously it had been raised when they'd done the building work, and all the sort of nature was coming back, and it just fascinated me. So I started painting for that, and then I found that the graffiti artist, was a local artist called Napple, and she does all these little pineapples, and you could sort of spot where they are. So we'd gone on this walk deliberately to the Marriott's Way, and my family were like really moaning because it's really muddy. And I thought, no, it's not much further. And found a spot, and it was just like that. The light was coming through the trees. It'd been raining, and then the sun came out, and it just hit. It was a perfect photograph. And then I didn't have to do a lot of editing with a photograph before I sort of painted it. And it was just perfect shot. So it was it sort of painted itself, really.
I'm sure it didn't.
Yeah. No, it's really good, just because of the lines. I like the sort of the very structured man-made lines of the bridge, and then that wildness of nature coming back. And it's sort of I think everyone's sort of thought about our own mortality. I think with COVID, it's really sort of brought it home to us that we're not invincible. And I think it sort of made me think that if it had all gone wrong and we were wiped out, thank goodness we weren't, but the structures like this would be what's left, and then all the nature would be coming back and taking it back into the earth. So I think that's why I sort of a slightly different direction for me with the graffiti, and sort of making it coloured rather than black and white. But and it's just lots in it.
There is an
awful I could ramble on for ages. I won't.
No, this is fascinating stuff, and everyone wants to hear about how you reach this wonderful composition. So, do you normally work from photographs?
No, sometimes, because I couldn't have painted there, I think my family would have shot me if I'd got my little...
Yes, quite.
The one thing, I do use a lot of watercolours when I'm outside, if I'm doing a quick sketch. So I'll do some plein air. I do a paint out Norwich as well, sort of, when the weather's good. I'm a bit of a fair weather painter outside, I must admit. But I'll often take lots of photographs, and also when I'm nursing, I'm a community nurse, and I'm beautiful around where I live in Norfolk, and I cover Wymondham and the areas there. And I'll often stop, see a scene and take a picture, and then it might not be that day, but it's sort of a couple of weeks later I'll get the picture, and I'll paint it sort of on my phone, and I'll paint it from there. I don't often print them out. I'll just use my phone and then paint them in my studio. So
right. And did you say you normally paint in monochrome?
I do. A lot of the monochrome paintings are sort of, because they're quite dramatic, and I think you can get a lot of emotion from them and get but when I'm painting plein air, because it was, even though with sort of COVID going on, it was such a beautiful summer, wasn't it? It was really hot and beautiful, and I think we went to some beautiful locations at the coast, and I just couldn't paint black and white there. It was all colour, all colour in egg tempera. So yeah, it was lovely. Yeah.
Excellent. And you. It looks as though you like to capture the light. You certainly achieved that in this painting.
It is one of my things, is to try and get that, you know, so you get that nuance with the light and stuff, and to look for the darks and the lights in the painting, just because I don't know, it's just got some lovely energy with it. So
yes,
yeah. And it's like if you go out in a beautiful sunny morning, and you know, like this morning there was a frost and all glittering, and it was beautiful, just that light hitting it. So that really inspires me as an artist, which I think, you know, everyone's the same, aren't they, who paints, I think.
So do you think you'll do more in colour going forward?
Yeah, there's a few ideas. I mean, I want to carry on finding some more graffiti. I really find it fascinating that is sort of, you know, relating it back to cave paintings, how, you know, there's always been that need to sort of express yourself in, you know, outside, and I don't know. So I want to find some more graffiti to paint. And there's also some sort of photos I took during the lockdown that I want to paint as well. And they might be in colour. Or watercolor, I don't know, but yeah, so at the moment I'm doing a lot of commissions because Christmas is coming up, so it's sort of more, you know, trying to get those finished, and then next year start with a new collection.
Oh, wonderful. We'll look forward to seeing some more. So have you noticed, are there any questions that we need to be answering?
I haven't seen any yet, no.
Okay, that's right. Well, everyone's obviously very keen on your chat.
Vanda Massey's just said, wonderful depth in this painting. Great to hear the story behind it. Thank you. Thanks, Vandy.
Oh, that's a lovely comment. Thanks.
Yeah.
Yes, it's certainly, as I'm looking at it on screen, it sort of draws me in and wants me, you know, to look through the light, and the light behind it is a real draw. And it feels as though you could just climb into it and walk through it. It was
a beautiful, beautiful thing. There is you probably can't see it, and I wouldn't have painted it, but there's a road behind there going to Wreatham.
Oh,
but it's a lovely walk. So it's a beautiful walk. So if anyone's, you know, wants to go along the Marriott Way, you can. It's a cycle path as well. You can sort of, I think it's about 20 miles long. You can go all the way from Norwich to Wreatham. So this bridge is on the way, and I think there's I think she's done some more little graffitis there, but I haven't found them yet. So and I ended up buying one of her pictures as well, because she's an artist. She sells her pictures of her graffiti, and I ended up buying one. Obsessed.
Yes. Well, it certainly interested me. I'm going to have to go and find this place now. It looks amazing.
No, it is. It's very atmospheric. So yeah.
So after entering into the SEAW competition and prize winning, and you told me you've won other prizes. What are you aiming for next?
I don't know. I just trying to get my painting to be, I don't know, just, I think everyone is, aren't they, trying to get your painting to be stronger and sort of develop and find your own voice all the while. I think it's always to try to move forward. You know, I love sort of, you know, painting outside, so more plein air work next year, hopefully, if it's all opened up. So we're just going to see, and hoping to do signed up for, because obviously the art fairs got cancelled this year, doing contemporary art fairs in Surrey in March, I think. So fingers crossed if we're allowed to. That's the next big one I'm working towards. So yeah, big event.
Yes, that'll be wonderful.
Yeah, it's just lovely being around other artists. You know, so yeah, and meeting people. So yeah, it's lovely.
Yeah, so we'll have to try to follow you and see what you're doing.
Oh, thank you. It's always trying to stop benchmarking.
Have you publicised this on your website? Do you have a website?
I do. I must admit, my website. I don't know if I can type at the same time. I couldn't make a comment. But yeah, my website is wendykimberleyart.com, but it's very sadly neglected. I haven't updated it since earlier in the year. I do have a Facebook page that I update regularly, and my Instagram as well. So they're both, there's pictures on both of those. And then a couple of the other ones I did as well. Yeah. Oh, I was going to say, I'll just quickly show you if you can see. I say the watercolours of the other. I don't know the other. That was the one under the bridge at Postwick. That's a good thing there.
Excellent.
And then there was another little, because I really love my sketchbook, but there's another little one there that you probably can't see very well.
Right.
But yeah, it's like that cave thing. So there are 3 of them all together. So yeah. So
oh, perhaps you should enter our sketchbook challenge.
Have you got a sketchbook challenge? Have you got
Yes. Yes, and friends of SEAW can post their sketchbook pictures and what they're working on, and you can post them on CDAC too. So
I'll have to look into that. Yes, definitely. Yeah.
Yes.
Love to.
Yes, indeed. That would be great. And where can we find you on YouTube? Sorry, on Facebook.
So on Facebook, it's just Wendy. So most of my my social media is Wendy Kimberley Art, just because it's easy for me to remember. So if you just look Wendy Kimberley, it'll sort of come up in either on Facebook or on Instagram. And I have done a few YouTube painting videos, but there's not as many. It's better on Facebook or Instagram.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Well, that's wonderful. It's well, I shall definitely be having a look, and I'm sure others will too.
Yeah, I'm going to look for the sketchbook.
Yes, please do.
Went in, yeah, definitely.
Well, it's been absolutely super talking to you, and
thank you so much.
But thank you in particular for telling us so much about this composition and how you arrived at it and where it was. I would never have guessed.
Thank you. It was lovely. If you get a chance, go there. It's a lovely walk. So yeah,
I will. Okay.
Lovely chatting, Brenda.
It's been lovely chatting. Thanks very much indeed.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Bye.